Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Ocho, let's get right into it. The Steelers beat the Giants 26-18. Benny Bishop Jr. seals the game with a game-ending interception. He had 2 last week against the Jets. He had another one tonight, and it was a huge win against the Giants because they moved to 6-2 and are comfortable atop the AFC North, considering the Ravens lost yesterday. The Cincinnati Bengals are in a tailspin, and the Cleveland finally won a game, but they've been hovering around bad to worse. As you can see our graphics, Ocho, we got graphics now, bro. Check that out.
Where we at?
Can you see it on the board?
No. Where's that? Let me see.
You got 26-18 the final. You got pass yards 259 to 237, rush yards 167 to 157. Touchdowns, 1 with an asterisk because they threw 1 touchdown and the other touchdown came via punt return. 426 total yards for the Steelers, 394 for the Giants. I thought the Giants played well. They ran the football. I thought Daniel Jones was throwing the ball well, but somehow that injury bug late in the ball game, that turnover bug rears its head and it bites him at the most inopportune of times. Because I thought up until that point, he was 24-35, 264. Tracy ran the ball extremely well, 20 carries, $145. They had 25 rushes, 157 yards and a touchdown. Darius Slayton, 4 catches for $108. Neighbors, 7 for 71. So they were moving the ball, and I would like to see if they could have done something. But he got a little pressure, floated the ball over the running back's head, and it ended in an interception. Great job by Benny Bishop Jr. to seal that with an INT. But he's got to get over that hump. That's the only thing that's really, it's hard to say what a quarterback can or couldn't be when he's known to turn the football over because he puts his teams in harm's way, Ocho, and all turnovers aren't created equal. That late in the ball game, you're doomed. You turn the ball over in the first quarter, Ocho, you got a chance to overcome it, but not at that.
Listen, you talk about turning the ball over, it interrupts the team, and you turn the ball over, that's what gets your coach fired. Hey, I don't even know if Brian Daboll is on the hot seat, but the way Daniel Jones is playing, you know who's gonna take the issue for that?
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna get fired. Everybody's gonna get fired. Before I even talk about the game in general, I just want to salute the Steelers. I want to salute the Steelers. I want to salute Mike Tomlin on having to make a tough decision, and Russell Wilson having Mike Tomlin's back on that decision he made, and keeping his promise and keeping his word. When he named the starter for the NFL season, it was Russell Wilson. Obviously, the injuries happened before the season started. Justin Fields came in and played phenomenal. Obviously, they started 3-0, then went to 4-2. Then Russell Wilson took the helm, and he's won the last 2 games. Tonight's game was really good. It started off really good, especially the run game with Najee Harris.
Yes.
It started very, very, very good. But it was a snooze fest, Unc. I'm going to just be honest with you. The beginning of the game was a snooze fest. The first quarter was a snooze fest. Second quarter was a snooze fest. And somewhere at the middle of the third to the end of the game, all of a sudden it gets exciting. He's completing passes to Jefferson. He's completing passes to goddamn George Pickens.
Austin.
Yeah, Austin and Pickens. Then penalties hurt the Steelers early in the game. The score could have been much further away from this if you take some of the penalties away. That takes some of the I think it's one or 2 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. George Pickens, if you get both feet down, that's another touchdown.
Hell, I thought 1 foot was 2 feet.
2, right? Yeah, but
yeah, I thought he hop. I guess, but that's what I thought, Ocho. I honestly did. I did. That's 2 feet.
I know when he doubled up on the right, I knew they weren't gonna count it though. I knew they weren't gonna count it. But tonight's game was really good. I'm really happy. And I can say this as a Bengal, and I have no problem. I thought the Steelers, I thought they would struggle when the season started because of the quarterback. Not really controversy, but because of the quarterback carousel. They started 3-0. Like, oh shit. Based on what I saw from Justin Fields last year, I didn't know what Justin Fields we would get because he was up and down when he was with Chicago. He comes out and plays phenomenal. Then the quarterback change is made. I'm like, oh, what Russell Wilson are we going to get? Are we going to get Seattle Seahawks Russell Wilson? Are we going to get the last year Denver Russell Wilson, dude, he's playing really good. He's playing really, really good football. And man, salute to the Steelers. Hell, salute to goddamn TJ fucking Watt. Dog. Highsmith.
Yeah.
Benny Bishop. Joey put, man, them boys playing some ball, man.
Man, look, I am not worried about Watt. Watt's going to go to the Hall of Fame. That's going to be his next stop. His next stop is going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's that good. He's had that good a career. You look at player of the year, a defensive player of the year. He could have had another one of those awards. I think he finished second one year to Aaron Donald. He's routinely in double digit in sacks. I'm not talking about 11 or 12. I'm talking about 15, 17. He tied Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half sacks in a season. If anybody can break that record, I think it's going to be him. He's 6 foot tall. He's great He's tremendous with his hands. He's great with the lockout, the press. Oh man, he has no weakness when it comes to rushing the passer, and he's stout against the run. He can set the edge, which means he keeps his outside shoulder free. You're not getting the edge on him. You're not getting the edge on him. So don't even run over there. You better run up inside because he's a hell of a guy at setting the edge. And when you play that defense, and most of the time, Ocho, in a 3-4 defense, you want big, strong, physical linebackers because most of the time they're matched up against tackles.
You know what else?
That's who they're matched up against. So when you go back and look at it, you look at that defense, Bill Belichick, he had LT. He had Carl Banks. You look at him. He had Willie McGinnis. He had Brable. He had Van Oy. He had Ninkovich. That's what you have to have. Guys 6'4", 245, 250, 260 that set the edge and can anchor down because you can't let them run the football. Bill Belichick said it. We stop the run. We make you one-dimensional. Yeah. Same thing with the Steelers. One-dimensional. You look at Porter. You look at all those Jason Gilden, all those guys that they've had. Set the edge extremely well.
Listen, Giants rookie. Tracy's a rookie, ain't he?
I think so.
Giants rookie had a good day on the ground running the ball, but
he ran extremely well.
He ran the ball really well. But that goddamn TJ Watt, man, every game he plays, you just ran off some of his accolades, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But as the defensive end, he has a multitude of moves as he has. He can bull rush you. He can spin move. He can attack you on the upfield shoulder. He can attack you on the inside. He just could do everything. So I'm watching the game. Normally I watch the wide receivers. I'm watching the wide receivers and the DBs go at it. But just watching TJ Watt play, there was a play where he got the strip sack, right? He got the strip sack and recovered the fumble. And my first thought is, I know the back has to go out, but so he couldn't chip. And they left the right tackle out there. They left the right tackle out there on his own. All I don't know. Why would you do that?
You're asking for trouble.
In that scenario.
You're asking for trouble. He's not a guy that you better have a what's the guy? T-Dub. You better have a Trent Williams. Or you better have the right tackle at Philly. What's the right tackle name at Philly from Oklahoma?
Wait, not Leon.
What's his name?
Damn, why is it slipping my mind? Hey, he's really good. Lane Johnson.
Yeah, Lane Johnson. You better have a Lane Johnson.
Really good.
Because if you got some arbitrary tackle, a guy, he's the starting right tackle. Nah, don't play around with him. He ain't to be messed with. He demands more of your respect than that. And he's a guy, offensively, when we go in on Wednesday, he's circled. He's a guy he's a guy we've got to account for because if we don't account for him, he's going to wreck our offense. Those guys, you circle them. The Reggie Whites, the Lawrence Taylors, the Derek Thomases, those were the guys, the Bruce Smiths, those were the guys that we had circled. That if you didn't block them, you couldn't win. The Ray Lewis is at the middle linebacker. Oh, Dion, don't worry about him. Hey, guys, you're going to get some great cardio today. We ain't effing with him. Hey, you getting cardio in, you won't have to run on Monday because you're going to get a lot of running today. But we ain't throwing you the ball. But that's how good TJ Watt is. His brother was the same way. JJ had a motor. They got motors. They're Midwestern kids, hardworking. They grew up. To have two brothers that dominate like they can.
Crazy. Listen, you know how hard it is to have siblings that are both good at a sport? You know how hard it is? Normally there's a drop off
Yeah.
in talent and skill. It comes in.
Yes.
Yes. The fact that they're not very many. Tiki Barber, Santana, Sonoris Moss, TJ Watt, JJ Watt, Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa. I mean, how many other
Peyton and Eli, you got Rondé and Tiki, me and my brother Clay and Bruce Matthews. They've been some brothers. But boy, these jokers here. I mean, you had Walter and Eddie Payton. You know, there have been some brothers, man, but hey, these two hellraisers here, man. Hey,
they different.
Justin James is JJ. I don't know what TJ first name. Maybe he's James too. But them them corn-fed, wheat harvested white boys from from Wisconsin.
They from Wisconsin.
They're from Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin. Yeah. Okay, Trent Jordan Watt and Justin James Watt. Woo! Boy, them Watt parents. I think they got another brother too that was a fullback at the Chargers.
Wait, it's 3 of them?
It's 3 of them. I don't know if he's still in the league, Ocho, but if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Is that him? He was drafted by the Chargers,
Man.
But them two older ones.
Oh yeah.
Because I think it's JJ and TJ, and then Darius the younger. Because I think there was a picture one time where all of them was on the field together one time. But boy,
can you imagine?
I think it'd have been very interesting to see how good JJ could have been had those injuries not crept up on him. Because he had a stretch that was as good of any stretch. He had like a 5-year stretch, Ocho, that was good as any defensive player in the history of the game. Now, the only player that I can think that had a stretch that was top that was LT. Yeah. LT was a player. LT won Super Bowls in that stretch. LT was a player of the year, a defensive player of the year. If I'm not mistaken, LT was like a 9-time or 10-time first team All-Pro. But JJ, LT was that. LT was defensive rookie of the year and defensive player of the year in the same year. And at that time, they didn't count sacks as an official stat. The sack didn't become an official stat until 1982. Okay. It was Deacon that coined the phrase sacking the quarterback, Deacon Jones. And I used to see Deke all the time at the Super Bowl. And I was like, his name is David Jones. I say, Deke. I said, what's your real name? He said, David. I said, well, why you change your name? He said, David don't sell no damn tickets. Deacon sell tickets.
That's a good one.
But Deke, man, it was great to be around those old guys. But hey, TJ Watt, he's been phenomenal. I'm not just gonna say he was phenomenal tonight. He's been phenomenal day one. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad I get an opportunity to witness. Saw his brother play. I thought his brother was going to be a hell. I talked to Wade Phillips, and everybody was surprised that they took him that high. And they talking about he's going to be a bust. And Wade said, yeah, you're right. He's going to be a bust. He's going to have it in Canton, though. That's the bust he's going to have. Right. And I think he retired last year. So last year. So he on the clock. 4 years, he on the clock. He'll be in Canton.